a rate of a few centimeters a day. Then tens of centimeters, then meters a day, until finally on Sunday more than 10 meters of motion was observed. Almost on cue, on Monday morning nearly 250,000 cubic meters of rock broke away, tumbling more than a kilometer downslope. Later that afternoon, another large fragment broke off, adding another 250,000 cubic meters, and sending rock up to 2,900 meters away, with rocks only coming to a halt a mere 265 meters or 869 feet from the closest structure. During the night, a series of additional smaller-scale landslides occurred, removing an additional 1 million cubic meters of rock. This is a geolocated map I have made of what this series of landslides has covered so far, totaling about 350,000 square meters or 86.5 acres. Yet, as the unstable mass continues to move, there is still 3.5 million current situation cubic meters of rock that could collapse at any moment, with there being a potential for it to, in a worst-case scenario, all break away at once, likely resulting in the destruction of multiple structures, blocking a portion of the Lanza River, and blocking the only access road to the village of Blatten. Yet, because the landslide material is naturally funneled into an erosional ravine that opens to form an alluvial fan, there is the potential for boulders or large parts of the entire mass to spread out in multiple directions. One factor that will determine where this series of landslides goes is the sheer volume of material involved in each slide. If there are one or more very large landslides today, tomorrow, or in the near future, then the risk of structure loss is high. Yet, if instead a series of much smaller landslides happens like has occurred so far, then the risk of structural loss is a bit lower. Thus, that is the outcome to hope for at the present. The landslide in question is beginning at an altitude of 3,218 meters, a full 1,702 meters or 5,584 feet higher than the valley floor below it. It does not take an expert to look at this environment and see that even a small unstable mass of rock would achieve exceptional potential and then kinetic energy, let alone a large landslide. However, the current situation is not pure doom and gloom, even if the worst-case scenario single massive landslide involving the remaining 3.5 million cubic meters of rock does occur, as this could technically get funneled away from existing structures. To illustrate my point, since similar 2023 landslide, this is a somewhat unpredictable situation, I want to quickly turn your attention to a similar landslide and evacuation that occurred to the village of Brienz on June 15, 2023. That landslide involved 2 million cubic meters of rock, and stopped short of the most densely built portion of the settlement, only destroying the single structure closest to the slide. Something similar could happen this week, even without destroying a single structure. An unusually lengthy landslide or series of landslides could temporarily dam a portion of the Lanza River, and this could cause additional hazards downstream, but for now the potential of that happening is low. While the exact cause of this landslide is potential landslide cause still under debate, I theorize that something to do with glacial retreat is to blame. Specifically, the fact that when thicker glaciers exist in this section of the Alps, the presence of said ice keeps highly unstable slopes from collapsing by holding them in place. This, however, is no longer the case once glaciers began to retreat, allowing some unstable slopes to collapse in landslides. Please, everyone, avoid this area for the time being for your own safety. As a final note, I would like to thank my new patron Stefan for supporting this channel.